Thank you so much for being here.
I'm so happy to be here. You have no idea. I'm so happy to be here.
Wow.
I've really been looking forward to this.
You know what? It's a blessing to have you here. And your book is a blessing. And thank you for writing it.
Thank you.
It's about, grief, and it's a tribute to your parents.
Yes.
And what a beautiful tribute that is. Like, tell me, how did you come up with the title to your book?
So, Think You'll Be Happy. Those were the last words that I ever heard from my mother. We were actually talking about a sweet potato pie that was taken home from Thanksgiving. It was my gift. Of course, my father, being Clarence, took it home with him because no one touched it. And she was texting me, and she said, we were talking about the pie, and I said, I'll come get it tomorrow. And her last words were, okay, think you'll be happy. And then I was getting ready to take a bath, and a couple hours later went to sleep and then was woken up by the most horrific and horrible phone call anyone can have, and get to the hospital, your mom's been shot. I'm like, what? Where? You can't even think. It's unthinkable.
Yes.
And unimaginable.
Yep.
And so that's why I thought, and I thought to myself, Jennifer, of course her last words to me were, think you'll be happy, because Jacqueline Avant was positive. She was dedicated, she was devoted, she was determined, and she was always focused on the good, focused on the goodness of God, focused on the goodness of life,
yes,
focused on the goodness of people. And so, think you'll be happy has now become a mantra for me, and to control my thoughts as best as I can, and control the way I think, control the way I speak, and focus, reset my mind every day.
Yes, and they never leave you.
Never.
Y'all don't understand how precious those last words and those texts are, and the things that our parents instill in us. They always teach us they may not always be here, but they never leave us. Because for me, I always say it's not a day go by that I don't hear my mama saying something that she taught me.
100%.
That helps me get through the next day.
Yes.
So that's why this really, truly resonates with me.
Oh,
so I
thank
totally
you. It was,
understand
and I wanted it to be, to your point, I wanted it to be an offering. Right. This book is an offering to the world. It's an offering to anybody who, wants to talk about and learn about grief and to help you move through grief. But also, it is about having grit and grace and gratitude, which I think my mother had, in spades. And that's what she gave me. And to your point, I hear her every day.
Every day.
Yeah, even when I was writing this book, she was editing the book.
I love that. Speaking of, you wrote something in there, and I don't want to get it wrong, that really stuck out to me. The trauma of my mother's death is not the story of her life.
Yeah, yeah, Ooh. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I had the greatest phone call, and it was such a blessing. It was literally just given from God. It was the first day. I had just returned from the hospital. I was so shaken. My friends, thank God, had shown up, and they're cooking for us. But, your mind is just trying to grasp any sense of anything. And I literally fell to my knees. I walked into my bedroom, and I fell to my knees, and the phone rang, and I was expecting someone to call. Somebody said, this person's going to call, and I picked up, and hello. And he says, is this Nicole? I said, yes. And I knew it wasn't who I expected to be. I go, yes, who's calling? And he said, this is Bishop T.D. Jakes. And he said, I know how you are. Where are you? I said, well, I've just fallen to my knees. And he said, good.
Oof.
Then we're going to pray.
Yeah.
And we're going to pray. And we prayed. And afterwards, he said to me, now, we went through the process of, what I'm angry about, how I'm feeling, all this. And he said the greatest words to me, are you going to focus on the 3 minutes of a tragedy, or are you going to focus on the 81 years that she lived? Are you going to focus on the great things about Jacqueline Avant? Is that what you're going to focus on? And I said, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm going to focus on. But it helped me every single day, Jennifer. Every time my mind goes to the other side, and it happens to all of us, you have to train your mind every day of this trauma, this tragedy doesn't define her.
Right.
It doesn't define me. And you're not taking my mind either. You're not taking my mind. You're not taking my heart. You're not taking my soul.
Right.
I have a happy, grateful heart. And I love my life, and I love my friends, and I love my family. And so if I didn't keep my mind right, it was like all these blessings that God has given me were just going to be lost.
Right.
You know?
And they didn't deserve to take that
They
away.
didn't deserve it. No.
Black History Month is a huge month, and your parents were Black history. Like, they had a huge impact. Can I read, like, some of the people that came by your house on a regular basis, it seems? Oh, my goodness. There's a lot of history in this.
Yes.
Maya Angelou, Harry Belafonte, Cicely Tyson, Muhammad Ali, the King family, Sidney Poitier, Quincy Jones, Bill Withers, the Jackson family, Whitney Houston. Honey, the list goes on and on and on. Do you have any memories that stick out?
I think one of my favorite memories in that house was I was in love with Bill Withers. I was obsessed with Bill Withers, and I had a crush on him. I was 5 years old, 6. I thought I was going to marry Billy. I called him Billy. And my mom's favorite story was oh yeah, there we are. I was in love with Billy, see? And that was at our house, and it was at his wedding reception. And it was outside, and I wouldn't come out of my room. So my mom put me in that whatever dress it was happening. And but they kept saying, Nicole, come out and say congratulations. And I said, he's my husband.
Uh-oh.
He's my husband. I was so upset. So that he was consoling me.
Aww.
In that picture, I was very, very upset that he married somebody else.
I understand, because I love Bill Withers.
Bill Withers he's really one of the greatest of American music of all time.
Hands down, no question about it. I'm with you, honey, that's for sure.
Bill Withers is the best.
And another one you mentioned in your book is Magic Johnson. Yes. What impact have he had on you?
Magic's been great, because Magic and Cookie, you know, I love them because they're always so open with their faith and about their faith, which I love. And I've watched them growing up as whatever trial came through, anything or any challenge. I love athletes anyway. I always study them of how do they move forward, how do they make sure they stay triumphant, you know? So I kind of study that. And then, but Magic and Cookie, we were always around, and they are the people that always show up. And so when I was ambassador in the Bahamas, I remember trying to do an event and wanting to put an event together, and I wanted an inspirational, you know, entrepreneur, a Black entrepreneur that would come in and speak to this group of people. And I asked everybody, oh, this date doesn't work, oh, this and that. And Magic, I'll never forget just watching him land. I was at the airport, and I remember his plane landing, and my heart was so filled because there was nothing in it for him. This wasn't about,
I totally understand.
What am I gonna get paid? What am I gonna, this was, you need something, I can provide it, and we are going to help change people's lives for the better. And so that's what we do. Yes. And this is part of service, and this is what we're gonna do. And so, and then once he did that event, I never had a problem again with booking anybody.
Wow.
Everybody started showing up.
That's the power of Magic Johnson.
Yes.
Actually, we have a surprise for you. Come on out here, Magic!
Oh my God!
I'm so close to them. Her father helped me in business get started here in Los Angeles. He was one of the first people that I talked to, and he mentored me. When we first got started, my partner and I, Ken Lombard, went to see her dad, and he gave us so many golden nuggets about how to start our business. Also, then connected us with other CEOs and people. Go see him, go see him, go. And, he gonna take the meet. Her dad didn't play around. When I call, he's taking that meet, don't worry about it. And so he was a powerful man. And then he got me involved also in politics. He had every president came to the house.
Yep.
He said, be here at a certain time. I want you to meet so-and-so. You're gonna go out and campaign for him. Oh yeah,
wow.
Yeah, he was that guy.
Oh yeah.
You know, told you what you're gonna do, when you're gonna do it, how you're gonna do it.
Relentless.
Yes.
And relentless.
And her mom elegance, class, soft-spoken but powerful. Walked in the room and commanded the whole room.
Yeah.
And she was a person of action. Everything she did was in the inner cities.
Yes.
For young people, the hospital,
Yeah.
all the work she did was about giving back and making the black community better, the inner cities better. And so learned so much. Cookie and I learned so much from her parents, and then also Nicole and her brother is just two of the most amazing people as well. Her husband is one of the most powerful men in the world. And so Ted is a great man as well. So thank you, sweetheart.
Thank you.
And we want to thank you for bringing us two together
Yes.
on this awesome
Yes.
show.
I mean, this is incredible. Thank you.
I appreciate you both so much. You know, the difference that you make, Magic.
Thank you.
It means the world to all of us, even our babies.
Thank you.
And Nicole, to you for writing this book. I'm trying not to get too emotional. For those who may not have lost, but even those who have, we know we're not alone. So thank you.
Thank you.
If you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe to the Jennifer Hudson Show YouTube channel. Check your local listings or visit jenniferhudsonshow.com to see when you can watch full episodes in your area. And don't forget to sign up for the newsletter.